Welcome to the Central Jersey Alumni Chapter Community Town Hall, a conversation with Derek Armstead, Mayor of Linden, his department heads, and municipal officials. We are delighted you chose to be with us today. We want you to have a wonderful experience. Please be assured that your safety as well as your enjoyment of this program are of our utmost concern. Please take a moment and look around you and locate the nearest two exits in this venue. There are exits to the left and to the right. Some may be in front of you and some may be behind you. If the need arises for an emergency evacuation, instructions will be provided at that time by Police Chief David Hart and/or Fire Chief William Lasco. Remember to wash your hands and stay safe distances. Please enjoy this program and continue to be safe.
Good evening, I'm a Sorority. My name is Christy Avery Moore, and it is my pleasure to present our second Vice President, Reverend Dr. Katina Jackson, the guiding force behind our mission and vision. Working with the President, who's unable to be here today, she demonstrates a commitment to excellence, advocating for our values, and expanding our impact in the community. Her leadership, along with our presidential team, keeps us focused, motivated, and moving forward. Madam Second Vice President, the mic is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Christie. Good evening. Good evening, SOARs. Good evening, distinguished guests, community leaders, and residents of Linden. On behalf of our president, SOAR Patricia D. Williamson, it is my honor and privilege to welcome you to this community town hall, hosted by the Central Jersey Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. While she is unable to be with us this evening, she sends her warmest greetings and appreciation for your presence and engagement. I am Reverend Dr. Katina Jackson, and I am honored to serve as the second Vice President of the Central Jersey Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Founded in 1913 by 22 visionary women at Howard University, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated has remained steadfast in its commitment to sisterhood, scholarship, service, and social action. The Central Jersey Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, now proudly celebrating 50 years of impact, continues that legacy by uplifting and advocating for the communities we serve across Union, Middlesex, and Somerset counties. Our president often reminds us that we are better together. And tonight is a true reflection of that vision when community, leadership, and purpose come together in one space to inform, empower, and inspire action. We are especially honored to host this important conversation with Mayor Derek Armstead. This town hall provides a meaningful opportunity for each of us to hear directly about the current state of this city, the initiatives underway, and the priorities shaping Linden's future. More importantly, it creates space for dialogue where your voices, your concerns, and your ideas matter. If there was ever a time to stay informed, engaged, and connected, it is now. Civic engagement is not a spectator activity. It is a call to action. And tonight, by simply being present, you are answering that call. We extend our sincere gratitude to Mayor Armstead, the City of Linden, and our Social Action Committee led by Lisa Malloy-Stevens, Adrian Strigler, and Michelle Bailey for bringing this impactful program to life. Thank you, Reba Watson and Dr. Christy Moore, for leading the efforts to coordinate this Linden Town Hall tonight. And to each of you, thank you for showing up, for leaning in, and for being part of this conversation. We welcome you, we value you, and we look forward to a meaningful and engaging discussion. Thank you. And again, welcome.
Okay, so now we're going to start our program that everybody's anxious to do, especially the ones in the front. I am delighted to introduce to you Miss Ashley Davis, whose passion for service led her to earn a bachelor's degree in political science at North Carolina State. She later earned her master's of public administration at Rutgers. Her goal was always to come back home. She began in Plainfield's Parks and Rec Department, and now she is Senior Manager of Marketing and Communications for the state of New Jersey, helping to connect communities to resources and opportunities. In 2018, she was honored to be elected to the Plainfield City Council. And may I say, the most important thing, she is a proud member of the North Jersey chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Inspired by Shirley Chisholm, Ashley remains passionate about empowering communities. A couple of housekeeping things. You have an index card. If you have a question, write your question on that card. We will collect those cards and pass them off to the mayor. Okay? We may not get to answer all of the questions because some of you submitted your questions already. So if we don't, we will be sure that the mayor gets your question. Be sure and fill out the evaluation as well. Just housekeeping stuff. Okay, Ashley, it's all yours.
Good evening. Good evening. So as you heard, I am Ashley Davis. I am here to just facilitate this conversation. You heard in my bio, I'm very good at reading and communicating, so here we are, okay? But first, before we get started, everybody up here, city employees, just take a deep breath. Council President, Mayor, it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this together, okay? So I just want to start by introducing the man and the reason that we're all here today, the Honorable Mayor Derek Armstead. The Honorable Mayor Derek Armstead is a dedicated, experienced, and community-focused leader with decades of public service. A lifelong Linden resident, he brings deep local roots, strong values, and a commitment to progress. His career reflects leadership, service, and innovation, from long-term city council service to his role as mayor since 2015. With a background in technology and public administration, he combines practical expertise with forward-thinking vision. Mayor Armstead champions fairness, opportunity, and youth empowerment, emphasizing education, community responsibility, and investment in future generations. Through initiatives like the Armstead Scholarship Fund, he supports student success and growth. His administration highlights fiscal responsibility, economic development, and public safety, achieving tax stabilization, job creation, and reduced crime efforts. Programs like Linden First promotes employment opportunities and workforce growth. He is recognized for fostering a business-friendly environment and driving economic revitalization, including downtown redevelopment and transit-oriented housing projects that strengthen the city's appeal. A strong advocate for sustainability, he leads innovative green initiatives like Hawk Rise Solar Farm and future clean energy projects, advancing environmental responsibility and renewable energy. Overall, Mayor Armstead embodies visionary leadership, community dedication, economic progress, and sustainable innovation, guided by a belief in uplifting people and strengthening community connections. Mayor Armstead is a member of the Linden Democratic Club, Linden Citizens Association, Moose Lodge, Elizabeth Broadway, and Roselle branches of the NAACP. He is Linden's Democratic Party chairperson, Democratic Committeeman, 4th Ward, and a member of First Baptist Church. And all of this that he does, Mayor Armstead resides with his wife and his 5 children, Erica, Brianna, Ryan, Ashton, and Abigail. He is very civic-minded and lives by the premise that there is no better exercise for the heart than reaching out and lifting people up. Mayor Derek Armstead. But Mayor Armstead knows that this work isn't done by him alone and by himself. So joining Mayor Armstead today, we have Council President Michelle Yamakaitis. We have from the Department of Public Works, Dave Martinez. We have from Engineering, Nick Pantina. From Treasury, Alexis Zack. We have our Police Chief, David Hart. Our Fire Chief, William Haskell. From IT, Joshua Weiss. From Personnel, Jessica Sheehy. From the Special Improvement District, Sandra Vasquez. From Recreation, Keith Presley. Joining us shortly, we will have the City Attorney, Daniel Antonelli. And the second most important person who keeps it all together, our Chief of Staff, Tyra Chapman. How could I forget? And we have our city clerk in his daytime job and in his nighttime job, the commissioner, chair of the Union County Board of County Commissioners, Joseph Bodat. So now we're familiar. We know everybody up here at the front. We're going to hear from the mayor himself before we get to questions. Mayor Armstead.
Well, good evening, everyone. Okay, as all have heard, I'm Mayor Derek Armstead. I am in my 12th year as a mayor in this town and my 32nd year as serving as an elected official in Linden. First, I want to say thank you to Central Jersey Delta Sigma Theta Sorority for putting this event together. I really appreciate it. It's definitely needed. The best thing we can ever do. Have gatherings like this so people can stay informed. And I want you all to know that we do have something in common. I figured it all. That we're all focused, we're motivated, and we're moving forward. And that's my job as the mayor of this city, to move it forward. And it's not an easy job. Sometimes people see us as mayors and they think we can just snap our finger or wave a magic wand and things are just going to happen. It doesn't really work that way. It takes, I'm only as good as my department heads and my members on council who share a vision, and that is to move the city forward. And that's exactly what we've done in Linden here. We've had some consecutive years of not raising taxes. I think it was 7 years, right, Alexis? 7 years, right? Well, 6, we skipped a year, and this year, year number 7, we're not raising taxes again. And these particular times, it's very difficult. But again, I thank my department heads. We went through our budget and we eliminated a lot of waste. And we've got a lot of developments in town as well. So of course, we all know that in any organization, you have two sides of a balance sheet. You have your expenses and you have your revenues. So we've been very fortunate here in Linden to have revenues enough that will help us balance our budget and keep our employees employed. I mean, we haven't had any layoffs in this town, which is something to be said. You know, we've increased our complement with our police department. We have a fire department of 118 members. And we have a motto here: we'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So we spare no expense in making sure that our services are number one and that we can provide safety for our residents in this town. And I'm just thankful for the work that they put in. And I'm thankful for being a mayor. My family came to Linden. Next year will be 100 years that the Armsteads have been in Linden. So this journey that I'm on, it was years in the making. Okay, we've cultivated relationships with a number of communities in Linden. And I tell everybody I'm Linden's first African-American mayor. And when I won my first election, African Americans were only 21% of the population. So you know what that means? That means somebody else voted for me. Exactly. So here in Linden, we've managed to get along and understand that a rising tide will lift all boats. So by creating economic opportunity in our town, it allows everyone to prosper. And that's what I'm here for. That's what this administration is here for, to make sure that this town moves forward and that everyone has a chance to succeed. So once again, I want to thank you all for coming out. I want to thank you for sponsoring this event. And hopefully my department heads and my staff, if needed, will be able to answer any questions that you all need this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. So we're gonna get right to it. Our first question, we know that the summer is coming up, and for parents with high school age or older children, they want them out the house but being productive. So are there any options for youth employment in each ward of the city?
Yes, there are. Linden, we currently have a summer jobs program where every one of our council members is allowed to submit 2 names. So there are 11 council members. That's 22. Oh. Okay, that's better. So yes, there is an opportunity for our youth. We have 11 council members, and each one of our council members is allowed to submit 2 names. That gives you 22 jobs. I'm allowed to submit 2 names. That takes us to 24. We also have what we refer to as a Clean Communities program. In fact, we received $88,000 from the state for our Clean Communities program, and that money is also utilized to provide employment opportunities for our youth. We have our recreation seasonal program. We have our day camp, so we hire a number of children, college-educated teachers and college students who have at least, I think, 12 credits. You're allowed to participate in that program. So we are addressing the needs of our young people, and we do believe that by providing them opportunity, it gives them, well, listen, from a very selfish perspective, they're going to be our future. Okay, by providing them opportunity, we're doing the best thing we can to look out for ourselves. So, yes, so we do have those programs.
Okay. I'm standing behind you, but y'all don't have to turn around when I ask questions. It is okay. The next question, how can community members be involved or hands-on to help you or your administration improve Linden?
Okay. We have a number of boards in town. We have Environmental Commission, we have planning boards, we have zoning boards, we have library board, we have rent leveling. Okay, go ahead, go girl. We have cultural heritage committees. We have a lot of committees in town, and we encourage people. We encourage people to join these boards because what it does, it gives you a unique perspective on what's going on and sometimes the inner workings of the city. And also, what it gives you an opportunity to do is to learn and meet new people, because sometimes that's a big problem in a lot of cities. People don't know each other, and if you come out and get a chance to know each other, you figure out that we all have one thing in common. We want safe communities. Good schools for our children, and all the good things that go with keeping our homes stable.
There's a citizens volunteer form that is available online. If anyone is interested in volunteering for any of the boards, we'd love to have people.
You preempted my next question of how people join, so thank you. Okay, so the next question, are there opportunities or funding for small businesses to come to Linden?
One of the unfortunate things about Linden, sometimes you get punished for doing so well. Our median income in Linden is too high, so a lot of the programs that are offered by the state and federal government to other cities, we aren't afforded those opportunities. So I guess it's a good problem to have. But one thing I will say is this: if you come to this town looking to open up a business, we have a very friendly construction code department. And this administration, we do everything humanly possible to give you all the assistance as far as getting your permits filled out and moving the process along in a way that you're not spinning your wheels and having, we don't give you a difficult time. We're a pro-business, pro-friendly government.
Thank you. What are your immediate and long-term goals for the city?
My immediate goals are to make sure that we continue to have financial stability in the town, and that we continue to, long-term goals are to continue bringing in investment into the town. Example would be we have over 10 million square feet of warehousing that we brought to town since this administration, since my administration. We have a number of other developments throughout the town that are creating job opportunities, and again, they're keeping our tax base under control.
Thank you. Can you speak to whether councilpersons hold regular meetings with their constituents, you or the council president?
Yes, they do. All of our council members have what we call community meetings in their respective wards. And it's there that people come, they register their complaints, their concerns, and we try to do whatever is humanly possible to give them assistance. We can't always help everybody, but we certainly try.
Thank you. And this, Council President, did you want to add anything?
They're also available by phone, email. That's the biggest part of their job, is to respond to the constituents. So, but they do hold community meetings. We have some buildings in some of the wards. One of the difficulties they do have is some of the wards do not have community centers, so it's hard to get residents sometimes to come out to a bigger venue like this that's not in their ward, we found.
Thank you. We want to shout out Councilwoman Kayla Lott, who is a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. She just isn't here today, but we're going to shout her out because we're in Linden, and I got the mic.
With that shout out, I'll add, she is a very active council person. You know, anytime the seniors are having something over in her district, she's there volunteering. So she's proven to be, in the short term that she's been on board, a very, very good council person.
Listen, that's what Deltas do. So what changes in any communal policies do you look forward to achieving this year to improve the public safety of residents? How does the drone being used by the police department, how are drones being used by the police department? I saw one today when I came to park, so I know they're out there.
I'll save the drone question for the chief, but what I will say is that in Linden, we basically have provided our police department with all the resources that they need, and the chief will attest to that. When I first became mayor, we had a complement of, it was like 125, chief? Okay, and now the complement's at 153. So we've increased the complement significantly, and at the same time that we've done that, we've managed to keep our budget under wraps and not have tremendous increases in our taxes. So we believe, again, everybody wants a safe community, and I think we're providing one here in Linden. And in fact, many of the problems that we do have in Linden are spillovers from other communities. We have US 1 and 9, we have Route 27, we have the Turnpike, we have the Parkway, we have all these major roads coming through our town, and a lot of criminals will commit a crime and jump on the highway and they come through Linden. But we've been pretty good at catching a lot of them too, right, Chief? We have some very good technology that we're using other than drones. We have like a license plate, they call them LPRs, it's license plate readers. We have something called flock cameras. And you know, as soon as a stolen car from another town crosses the border, Linden is right on it. They know that it's there. And we've apprehended a number of people who've come through our town with stolen vehicles. I'll let the chief talk about the drone program, which is in its infancy. We're just getting started with our drones. But I can assure you, we will spare no expense in making sure that ours is the best in the state. Right, Chief?
Good evening, everybody. Just want to take 2 seconds talking about the mayor and improving community safety. As the mayor said, we have a complement of 153. It's the highest it's been since I've been chief and the mayor's been in office. We have the most diverse department in the history of the city. We have the best trained officers that we've ever had in our department. We have over 40 plus bilingual officers, which is tremendous. We're very involved in mental health training. We have some of the highest trained most number of trained officers in the county in mental health first aid, CIT, crisis intervention training, and the ARRIVE program, which we partner one day a week with a mental health counselor, with a police officer. Us and the Elizabeth Police Department were the first 2 towns in the state of New Jersey to have this program. I'm very proud of that. And I can go on and on about the police department. We have a lot of great initiatives, and we're doing the best we can to keep the town safe. Related to drones, we started drones about 2-3 years ago. The small type drones you see people, some enthusiasts fly. We've now started a drone as a first responder program. Our drone is launched from the police department here. It launches automatically if we put the coordinates in with this new technology, and it responds to the scene on 911 calls and any other calls that for service where we think we need to launch it. It's called DFR, drone as a first responder. It's been tremendous. It's sometimes beating the radio cars 50+% of the time to 911 calls. It gives intel at the scene when you get there, what's going on before the calls get there. If you have a missing person, we've used them several times for missing persons. And it's just tremendous. It can remain on scene for a certain period of time to continue to give intel to the officers at the scene and inside at the desk. So that program is just getting underway. We're hoping to get another one. We just put in for a grant for a second DFR, and the sky's the limit on the drone. So thank you.
Thank you. I see what you did there. The sky's the limit. I like that.
The chief forgot to mention that our drone operators are certified. In the police department, FAA certified.
So not only does this town have a well-staffed, well-trained police department, they have also been growing their police department in a time where a lot of towns were losing police officers. So kudos to you, Linden.
The chief also failed to mention that our police department became certified by the state, so an accredited department.
So the police chief likes to remain humble when you have a lot to brag about here, police chief. So Mayor, you have been in public service for over 30 years. You have been the mayor for over 10 years. Can you name one of your greatest accomplishments?
I would have to say that one of my greatest accomplishments is my children. And my beautiful wife, can't leave her out. She gave those children to me. But then one of my greatest accomplishments from a political standpoint is like during the pandemic, we had 6 years in a row of not raising taxes. And we went, our thinking was people were having a very difficult time financially. And the last thing that they needed was a tax increase. So for 6 years, we were able to hold the line on spending, and we weathered that storm. Sure, there's a few other accomplishments. Some of my developments that I have in town I'm very proud of. We've a company called RNG Energy who are going to be converting food waste that would be typically burned. They're going to go into these big, what they call anaerobic digesters, and they will turn that food waste into a gasification or gas byproduct. And that gas is going to be fed right into the natural gas pipeline. The additional waste will be used as an agricultural product. So we're proud to be green. You know, we're reducing the carbon footprint, and again, we do it with the most selfless of intentions because we want to preserve this planet for our children and future generations. So that's a very good perspective, a good outlook when it comes to doing things.
Thank you. So we know environmental justice is social justice, so we appreciate all the work that you and your administration are doing to preserve the planet. Switching gears, what are some resources for seniors?
We have a number of programs that we run right at the recreation department for our seniors. We take them on trips. They come here every day if they'd like to, and we give them meals at a very, very reduced price. What else do we do for seniors? We do, well, we have a whole package here. Oh, okay. There's a whole package here.
Mayor, we got your recreation director down here, and the people want to hear from him, so I'm going to pass the mic to him.
I should be able to answer this question myself, being a senior myself these days.
But you're too busy running the city. You probably can't take part in the program.
And for those of you, I know it's hard to believe, I'll be 65 in a couple days.
So, Director Presley, do you want to speak to the options for seniors in the city?
Good evening, everyone. Again, Keith Pressey, you run the Recreation Department. and of which senior resources, this building here has been dedicated for our senior center. And right on that side, I'm sorry, Sandy, on the other side there, we feed over 9,600 seniors annually. There was a reduced, yes, there was a reduced fee at first, but now that it's totally free through some grants from the county. Having Commissioner Bodak on our side, working with us side by side, it really pays off. We're increasing our bus transportation to our seniors. Through a transportation audit, we found out that there's 69 senior stops within the city, and we have one bus. We now are putting 2 buses. We just purchased 2 new buses that we will put in service very soon. There's a training tomorrow. And with those bus services, we can service more seniors more quickly and rapidly, get them to various places. We take them to the malls, we take them to department stores, Walmart, things like that every day. Some of the things that the mayor spoke about were some of the trips we're doing. Our annual cornucopia luncheon, lunch cruise is sold out. They're going to Broadway next in 2 months. When is that? See, they could tell you. They could tell you. They could tell you. In August, that's sold out. So there's tons of resources that we collaborate and partner with our county, with our Congresswoman McGyver. She comes in and do some things with our seniors, give them resources. One of the most profound programs that she brought to us was that Real ID. She allowed our seniors to have priority schedule for them to sign up and get their Real IDs. So those are some of the things we're doing.
One additional thing while we're at it. Since when COVID first hit, we started our own food bank right here, right at this building. And every week, my staff, my Office of Constituent Services, they deliver food to seniors in town. Now, we can't deliver to every senior in town, so what we do, we have a list, and we just go through the list. So we'll do like 25 a week, but we'll just work right through the list, and then we'll start all over again. And if anybody's a senior and you think you need additional help, all you have to do is call my office, and we'll add you to the list. Oh, and we also we have a home improvement program also, but lately not many seniors are signing up for it, unfortunately. But we do have a program because it's income it's an income based program, so you can fix your home and you don't have to pay the money back. It's a good thing.
Impressive. So the city of Linden has a lot to brag about, but I also have a lot of questions in my hand.
Okay.
So I'm just going to ask that as we go through these next questions, we just do it with brevity so we can get to some more questions because, I'm a woman of the people. So we got to hear from the people. But before we get to the next question, I would be remiss if I did not recognize my own chapter president, LaTanya D. White from the North Jersey Alumni chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, as well as all of the members of the North Jersey Alumni chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated who came out to support today, and any other chapters that we did not recognize in the beginning. Thank you for being here. That was just a brief commercial. Back to the questions. We have one question regarding the seniors, then we're going to get back to the other questions. When did the senior meals become free?
So what it is what they do is they ask that you do a donation. No one knows how much. It's totally unanimous. Put your money in an envelope. If you don't have any money, you don't pay. So it's something that, it allows our seniors to keep their dignity. If they got 20 cents, you put 20 cents in. If you have zero, you put nothing in. If you have $1, you put $1 in. So it's totally unanimous and anonymous, I'm sorry. It's totally anonymous, and that makes it free if you don't have funds.
Okay, so what I heard is it is free. However, if you got a little bit more to give, slide some money in the envelope. But if you don't have it, it's okay too. Either way, people are going to still get fed, and I think that is the most important part. And they don't turn anybody away, so that's a good thing. where are we? Are there affordable units in the new apartment buildings going up? Is there a plan to assist the unhoused and underhoused residents of this city?
Yes, there is. As you all know, the state has mandated that we have a fair share housing program. In the past, we were allowing developers to come in and not put affordable housing units in, but now going forward, every structure that goes up has to have a 20% low-income housing component to it. So anybody going forward who wants to build, they have to put 20% low-income housing in it.
Thank you. That is important in a state where we are facing a housing shortage of about 200,000 units across the state. So to have a city like Linden doing their part and putting affordable housing units in these developments, that is important.
And there's also, we have what we call a non-residential development fee that is charged to anybody who wants to come into our town and build. Example, Merck's just spent close to $1 billion here. There's a certain amount of money they have to pay for that construction, and it goes towards our affordable housing program. So anybody who comes in town will have to pay this fee, and that fee is being, in fact, over the last 8 or 9 months, we've collected over $3 million now. So this fund is going to continue to grow as projects come into town. The fund will grow, and that money will be applied towards additional low-income housing.
Perfect. That's something to clap about, so we can clap it up. And that is the perfect segue into our next question. With the increase of warehouses and businesses, what are the advantages of a thriving economic development strategy?
The advantages are that those revenues that we bring in, we're utilizing them to offset cost. What I've seen in some municipalities is that they bring in new revenues and then they hire more people unnecessarily. So what we've done in Linden is that we've held the line on our new employees, and we've taken this money that we receive for our new developments and we've applied it towards tax stabilization. And that's the only reason we were allowed, that's the only reason that we didn't have tax increases for those 6 years, is that we were taking that money to offset our expenses.
Mayor, you talking loud. You in people business around Union County about adding more people instead of saving that money.
Well, we have a different approach here in Linden. I handle the budget as if it was coming out of my own pocket.
Period. So how many?
And I got hooks in my pocket.
How many urban enterprise zones are there in the city of Linden, and where are they located?
We don't have any, and that's unfortunate because of our, like I mentioned earlier, our median income is too high. But if you go right down the street to Elizabeth, they're in the urban enterprise zone. You go across the street to Roselle, they're in the urban enterprise zone. So it's kind of unfair. We tried to approach the state and have them at least designate part of our town that we thought was in an urban area, so we would be entitled to the same benefit. But the state just didn't go along with it, so we don't have any urban enterprise zones.
Big money problems.
Good, no, it's a good problem to have.
It means that people have money in this city. That's a great problem to have in this economy, so it's okay. Question, are there any programs to offset taxes for Linden residents, and are there any plans to offset utility costs? Because these light bills, they're high.
I'll tell you, I wish there was something I could do about the utility bills, because I'd start with my house first. The only program I have to stop my electric bill from going up is when I come in the house screaming like a maniac. Turn the lights out, everybody. Why is the air conditioning? Why is the heat still going in the 75 degrees out? You know, that's the only program I have that I could think of. But unfortunately, we as a governing body, cities don't have the kind of control that we would like when it comes to stabilizing utility bills. Now, the governor has mentioned that she's going to address it. I'm very curious to see how she does, and if she does make some progress, I'll be right there with her, and I'll be trying to replicate those same ideas right in my own town.
Listen, we running the same programs at our house. Turn them lights off. It's daytime. You don't need no lights to see. And if you're cold, put on a sweater. I get it. Hello? Open the blinds. And use a candle at night. Sorry, just kidding. But not really. What are the current economic development projects underway in the city of Linden?
Well, again, I mentioned that we have the RNG energy project. That's the one that they're going to be taking food waste and turning it into gas and also an agricultural project. We have another group that's coming here. They want to make green fuel, and that's they're going to make jet fuel from I guess biomaterial instead of regular gas and oil. They're going to create their own jet fuel from organic materials. We have a number of projects. We have One West, which is 300 units on corner of Wood Avenue and Elizabeth Avenue. If you look further down Elizabeth Avenue, you'll see some buildings that have been demolished, some have been demoed. We plan on having some additional housing projects there as well. So those are our basic projects. We do have, again, a number of warehouses that have been built. Again, it's been over 10 million square feet of warehousing built in the city over the last 6-7 years. Oh, the Merck's expansion was over $1 billion project. So this, and I'll be the first to admit it, the Merck's expansion was is what allowed us to balance our budget this year. We were looking at what we thought was going to be a potential increase, and Merck's called us and said they were ready for some final inspections. And when we got the final inspections, that means you can tax them. And we use those tax revenues to give ourselves a zero balance again this year.
We love to hear it. We have about 10 minutes left. I have a stack of cards. So some of these are going to be rapid fire. Just answer them. We can move to the next one, okay?
Okay.
So most of them are quality of life issues. Who should we report who should we report graffiti, potholes, and fireworks to?
Okay, you can go right onto our website and enter the data on the website, or you can just call my office, or you can call all of our council members. All of our council people, are very proud to say, give their phone numbers out or emails. So you have a direct connection right to your governing body here in town. That's one of the best things. That's what I like about our council people, that they will pick up their phone and they will call you back. And if they don't, call me, and I'll read them the riot act.
Perfect. It's about to get warm outside. People are going to be outside. How will the city address noise complaints in the summer?
You said noise complaints?
Yes.
Whew, let me tell you something. And do we get noise complaints? Because, unfortunately, we all love music. And in the summertime, I think we're all a little guilty sometimes of turning up our music when we have our company over. We just ask that you try to do it in moderation and be mindful of your neighbors. We do have some people who come to town and they feel like they can do whatever they want to do, and that's when we send the guys in blue over and tell them to turn it down a little bit. If they don't turn it down, we can issue them a summons. But we don't want to give people summons, and more often than not, they turn the music down. They cooperate.
Thank you. So be mindful of your neighbors, otherwise Police Chief Hart and his boys is coming to visit you, and they don't play no games. They might send that drone first, so turn it down. How can residents be notified when solicitors are in the area?
That's a good question, because we have to rely on the residents to tell us when they're in the area. Unfortunately, I can't have although I have 53 police officers, I can't put one on every corner. But although I'd like to, we rely on the residents when something like that occurs. If somebody is soliciting, just call police headquarters, and then we'll dispatch a police car and tell them, listen, we have an ordinance that prohibits it, and hopefully that'll be enough to get them out. Okay, my staff is telling me about the no-knock ordinance. There's a no-knock ordinance that we do have on the books, but unfortunately, people who want to solicit, they probably know about the no-knock ordinance, but they're going to come and knock anyway. So the only way you can get them to stop is to call, so someone will stop.
One thing you should ask, like Verizon or any of the cable companies, they're supposed to go to the clerk's office to get a license. Ask them if they have a license to go door to door. That's important. I always do, because I have a lot of seniors that live around me, and they're the most vulnerable. So if they don't have a license, I always call the police department and say, hey, we have somebody walking around, give a description, and the cops usually will come and check them out.
So if you see something, say something. Go back to the days of your youth, stranger danger, okay? but not in a rude, nasty way, but in a way that, oh, they knocking on doors, okay? Okay. Will there be plans to implement bike lanes like there are in Roselle?
As much as I want to say yes, the answer is no. We really don't have, unfortunately, we don't have the room to have bike lanes in Linden. It's just one of those things. I mean, nobody loves bikes more than me, but we just don't have the room on our streets to allow bike lanes.
Listen, bike lanes mean less parking. You want parking or you want bike lanes? You got to decide because you can't have both. But next question, is there a plan to increase handicap accessible parking in the city?
We do have some plans for additional parking, and I'm sure that once we build another, we'd like to build a garage. If we build this garage, of course, that will alleviate some of the problems that we have on the main thoroughfare, and then perhaps we could increase our handicap parking spots if that should occur.
Okay, if they build this garage, I got to park there. Don't have them build a garage and y'all don't want to park there. Point. Next question. How can we get more city programs in the 7th Ward for children?
7th Ward for children. That's a good question. We'd like to treat all our wards as the same, but if there's something that you need that's unique to the 7th Ward, if you give us a call, we'll see what we can do to accommodate. We have Reverend Wise over there from Greater Mount Moriah Baptist Church here.
Happy to partner with y'all on the 7th Ward. We've been in the 7th Ward doing stuff for a long time. So when they ask that question, come see me out.
Well, we have one more question about the 7th
I'm
Ward.
going to let you know a little secret too. My mother used to babysit for him.
One more question about the 7th Ward. How can we get more transportation into the 7th Ward, such as public transportation, so children can participate in city and school events?
That would definitely have to be a New Jersey transit question, and maybe if we could talk to Recreation, perhaps there's something we can do to utilize our existing buses to help out. But that's something we'll take up with Mr. Presley later on. If there's a need, that person who asked that question, come see us afterwards and we'll try to help you, okay?
Okay, I have two more questions and then we have to wrap it up. This one is a fun question, a good question. Is there any plans to watch the World Cup games in public on the big screen TV?
Good evening. Yes, we do have wonderful plans to watch the World Cup in Linden. We're shooting for June 13th, and the watch party is going to be a family-friendly event. We're going to have children activities. We'll also have a little adult area, so you can have your adult beverages. We're in the planning stages now. If you want to be a part of the committee, please email me. I don't have cards on me. Come see me after the meeting, and I'll take your information down. We need volunteers. We love volunteers. Our volunteers come, and then they get older, and then they retire, and they leave, or for whatever reason, we always need to replenish our volunteer committee. So, but yes, it will be June 13th, sorry.
June 13th, watch the World Cup games here in Linden. Okay, we have one last question. This question can be answered by either you, Mayor, or by our council president. How are residents made aware of the monthly council meetings?
Okay, we always advertise the night of the council meeting when the next council meeting will be. It's on our TV 36 and TV 42. There's a digital board outside, and we also have to notify the newspapers when there's a council meeting.
So it sounds like we have a lot of ways to hear about it and to civically engage. Go ahead, Council
There's
President.
a schedule in City Hall also that you could have for the entire year that you'll see what our council meetings are scheduled. And also the website, yes.
So check the website, phone a friend, check social media, be the friend that people phone. But there are so many ways to hear about the council meetings is what I'm hearing. So be involved and be engaged. There are some questions here that we did not get a chance to answer. I'm handing them to the mayor so we all see, okay? So, Mayor, you don't have to answer them now because we're at our time. But when you get a chance, People might want you to answer them, and they might come up to you afterwards. So y'all saw me hand it to the mayor. I'm going back to the Queen City after this, so.
Depending on the question, I may just go with you.
It's always space in Plainfield. So that wraps up our time for this community conversation. We want to thank the mayor. We want to thank the members of the staff who have been here all day, who came out to answer these questions. We are not done. We're not finished yet. Just give us a second. We're getting there. Also, there is free food in the back. When this is done, not right now, but when it's over, we have free food to give away. So make sure you go by and you get you some free food. Come see the First Lady. Pantry bags, so come get them. I'm going to turn the mic back over. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for welcoming me into the city of Linden today. It has been a pleasure. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ashley. Let's give her a hand. Please give us another minute while we wrap up.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. How are you doing tonight? Sorry. So we really want to give a round of applause to all the public servants that are sitting up on this table. They're doing a lot of work. I'm married to one. Truly, kudos. So I'm here today to give you a call of action to Linden and the community and its leaders. First, vote. That's the call to action, vote, especially at a time where they are dismantling our right to vote. So vote. And then I'm going to challenge you guys to register 22 people in your circle, friends, family, community, cousins, nieces, nephews. Register them to vote. So what I need you guys to do? Vote. And register how many people? 22. I love it. The second call to action is be in community. You have a leadership that has provided a safe haven for senior citizens. Be in the community. Maybe ask the youth that you can't employ to volunteer at the senior citizen. That's how you can engage and connect generations together. That is what's going to get us to the next day. And finally, get involved. Your mayor, your council, and these leaders have set up a citizens volunteer forum. And I didn't get the website, but I'm sure, if you guys go on Linden, you will see that. Get involved. It takes a lot of work to create a stable environment, city, for all of these people to do their job. You have a certified police force. That is really hard to get an accredited. You have been able to stabilize taxes. That's all because people got involved. It's important. You matter. So, call to action, vote. Second, be in community and get involved. So I want to thank you again, everybody, for coming out. And before you leave, we have a survey on your seat for you to fill out. And for all the young generation techies, there's a barcode. So I'm raising generation right up here and on the walls behind you. So a mother of a Gen Alpha, Gen Z, and Millennial, I have learned to use technology. And I want to leave you with this, a quote from Shirley Chisholm. You don't make progress by standing on the sidelines, whimpering and complaining. You make progress by implementing ideas. And I would say to you today, this leadership has implemented some ideas. Have a good night.
So just one more minute. My name is Lisa Stevens. I'm one of the tri-chairs for the Social Action Committee for Central Jersey Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. I just wanted to bring thank yous on behalf of the chapter to the mayor and to all of the officials sitting at the table up here. I want to thank the committee that worked very hard to bring you this program. I hope that you leave more informed, that you have information, that you have resources that you can now use. And like my Sora Nyambi said, get involved. All these people up here are available to you. All you have to do is call, email, text, go down to City Hall. Just make yourself available to them, and they'll make themselves available to you. I know there were questions that didn't get answered, but we did turn them over to the mayor, so follow up. If your question wasn't answered, follow up with the town. Call and say, hey, I had a question, I have a concern, or whatever your issue may be. I want to acknowledge my other co-chairs, Adrian Strigler and Michelle Bailey. We are the three who are the face of the committee, but I just want to ask all the members of Central Jersey Alumni Chapter if you would just stand up, because I really want to acknowledge that the committee as well as the chapter at large, because it takes a lot to put a program together. So thank you all for that. Thank you all for coming out. And again, everyone, safe travels home. Before you leave, please fill out the survey. There were paper copies on your seats in order for us to continue to, I'm taking direction from my chairs. But before you leave, in order for us to continue to put programs on that you would want us to put on, we need your input. So please fill out that survey and leave it for us, because what you want matters, and we are here to serve. So, if you are not registered to vote, you can scan that QR code. And if you're not, if you know someone, then you can go to our website, which is cjadeltas.org. There's a lot of information about the chapter there and our social action activities. So please register to vote. Voting it matters. All the programs the mayor talked about, all the resources that came to town are because people voted for him. So if you don't vote, then you don't get. A closed hand is not fed. You have to vote. It's very, very important. I know we said it before, but vote, vote, vote. And again, thank you, and everyone have a great evening. Please do your surveys, and if you're not registered, the QR code will get you registered. Thank you.
And once again, I want to thank Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Inc. for putting this whole event together. Thank you, ladies.